Hey there, good morning. It's Kathy with Be Creative with Kathy. And today's project, I hope you realize that every Monday and Wednesday I come here with either a card or a project. And today I'm going to show you some product. So in Stampin' Up's mini catalog, this is the January through June, or what I call the current mini catalog. There's this, let me go back here. Let me show you. Have you guys noticed that in the back of the catalog, they have this catalog at a glance? So it has all the stamp sets, the dies, you know, the punches, the emboss folders, the designer series paper, all of it's right here just at a glance. So if you're trying to find something in the catalog and you're flipping through like I do, it's easier just to go in the back here and find it this way. So anyway, it's this Supple Shimmer Specialty paper, and in the catalog you can see, look, it looks like it's pink and blue. It's really on page 67, so let's go to 67, right? And even here in the description it says pink and blue, and you look at the colors here and it looks pink and blue. And I searched the catalog trying to find out, you know, where they use these two pieces of paper in samples in the catalog, and I see that they use the pink here, which to me looks Blushing Bride maybe, or maybe, I don't know if this is Flirty Flamingo, it might be Flirty Flamingo, so I had to buy it. I had to see what was going on. Also, another thing that triggered my interest was, I think it was Stampin' Up put out there that it's really not blue. It's not blue. So let me show you. I went ahead and I bought a couple packs of that paper, right? It's only $5 for the sheet, so you might as well get a couple so you can really play, right? And look how that paper is not blue at all. It's iridescent. Do you remember the iridescent embossing powder we used to carry, or Stampin' Up used to have? To me, that's exactly what it looks like. It is really pretty, and it's not really, I mean, it's not a glimmer paper. You know, remember how we used to have the glimmer paper and all the glitter would just fall off? It's not. It's a really pretty, it's a shimmer paper. That's exactly, they named it the right thing, the Supple Shimmer. But so I got the paper. I'm really excited, right? So let me show you. I've been playing with it a little bit. Let me show you a couple things that I've done with this really pretty paper. In fact, I'm going to hang on to this not too far away because we're going to use that. But we'll start. The first thing I did was, remember this card I made? These little, I don't remember, triangle fold cards or whatever I made not too long ago. I took that bumblebee. Let's hurry and fix that bumblebee here. Oh, now my punch is stuck in my paper. Hold on. That wasn't very graceful. But I'm going to take my bumblebee here, punch, and just punch out the body. And when I did this card, I made sure that the head was lined up with that line of the designer series paper. And then I'm going to take a black piece here and I'm going to punch the body out again real quick like this. And then I'm going to take that shimmer paper, and you can see I've been doing it all along the bottom here, and I'm going to just punch out a pair of wings out of that shimmer paper, and that makes the prettiest bumblebee wings. I think that it's way better than the vellum I used on the first card that I made. The vellum here where the glue shows through, and it's cute, but wait till you see how cute this looks. Now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just go ahead and cut that bumblebee's head right off. Sorry, buddy, but I don't want it. It's a little bit of white showing. Get off my scissors. I'm going to even trim off that little bit of white and just have it all black up here. There we go. And then, just like before, I'll take a piece of scratch paper here, and I'm going to use a dark Daffodil Delight blend and just color in that stripe, just like I did before in my other video. And if you missed that video, you can go check it out on my YouTube channel, BeCreativeWithKathy.com. I think that's the fastest way to find it. If you can't find it, let me know and I'll put a link in the description below. Just leave a comment and I'll give you a link here, or in the comments and description, something. Okay, and then we're going to take that, put a little bit of adhesive on the back, and then just place this right on top of that black bumblebee body. And look how cute that is so far. Then with just a simple glue dot right between the wings here, I'm going to put a glue dot right there. Oh, and then hang on. I'm going to take a couple of these black mini dimensionals and just put those on either side of his body. And I just threw my dimensionals on the floor. I don't know if you could hear that or not, but now we'll see if I need them again. We'll wait until I do to pick them up. But then I take my little wings and put the wings with the glue dot to hold it up here. And looky there, look how cute that little bumblebee is on there instead. Is that not the cutest little bumblebee with those sparkly wings on there? I just love this paper. I thought that was way better than the vellum on my little bumblebee. And then we're using this ladybug bundle for my stamp club this month, and we're doing a card that looks like this. But look how cute. Now this is magnetized, so I can put that back on there. But look how cute that little bumblebee would be even on this card instead of, like I said, this little ladybug. And if you're interested in a ladybug card, I cased it from the Creative Treehouse, and I'll have a video this weekend of how we made this card in my clubs. You have to go to my Stamp Club playlist on YouTube, and you'll see how we did that card at Stamp Club this month. But that was one way I used that really pretty shimmer paper. Another way was, look at this. Look how pretty this is. So this is just that white shimmer paper on some black designer series paper. This is the black and white paper from the Host designer series paper. I think it's called Patterns Party. But look how pretty that is. Now, let me give you some advice. If you can see, I had some gluing issues, I'll call it. So when you do something like this, I used these dies here, which are the artistic dies, to cut this out. It also has the coordinating stamp set that looks like this, so maybe that helps you identify. These are in the annual catalog. But when I went to cut this out, I just cut it out of the paper and didn't put any adhesive on the back. But I suggest that if you're going to do something like this, you take that pretty pink shimmer paper, because I've already done it in the, now I can't get it out of the package. There we go. You take the pretty pink shimmer paper and you put some of our adhesive strips on the bottom. Now our adhesive strips, I think of course, are wonderful. They're kind of cut, if you can see, into these 3 2-inch parts. They come 10 sheets, nope, 12 sheets, 6 by 12. Like I said, they're kind of divided up. That makes them a little bit easier to use. But what I like to do is I like to cut them down to about the size I need. So this piece is 4 by 4, so I'm going to cut this down to about, let's say, just a little before 4. That way I have a little bit of extra room in case I miss putting my adhesive sheets on there. So I'm going to cut this down to 3, and I think that's about 7/8. Now I'd hang on to this strip, because then you can just peel this back and put like a button on there or something like that. Just, well, I can't get it right now, but I'm going to take the time. But you can also use this just for little scraps and stuff, and I'll show you in other videos how you can use the little scraps of the adhesive sheets. The adhesive sheets, I think, are a great tool, especially when you're going to have these fine cut dies that you want to lay flat like that. But then you take this piece, and I'm going to start at a side here. Oh, do you know what? Before, I'm going to put this, my silicone mat down, just in case I go off the edge. I don't want to get it onto my work surface. So when you peel it off, now this part has the sticky here, so you can peel it off like this. See how I have the backing off? And you can just lay that down here in the corner and try to get it straight, so when, oh look, I didn't even miss. Looky there how easy it is. Then lay the next piece down. I'm going to try to get it pretty close to that one so I don't have a large gap. And I think I missed a little, but it doesn't even matter. And then you take that last piece and lay that one down. Whoop. But then you have the whole thing covered in that adhesive sheet. And then when you run it through your die cut machine, you have a piece that looks like this. Now I already did it in advance because I'll be honest with you, trying to get all those little bits and pieces out with the adhesive sheet on there is a little more difficult than without the adhesive sheet. But I think it's well worth the little bit of extra work. So then you just peel that backing off. Let's see if I have all those. I don't have quite all the little pieces out. Let's see if I can get some more of those out. Let's see, yeah, I think I have them all now. Like I said, I worked a little bit in advance so you wouldn't have to sit and watch me pick all those little pieces out. But then look how pretty this looks on that black and white card. It's like that. Look how pretty. I hope you can see all the shimmer. And then I just used the glimmer ribbon. I thought I had it here, but it's just I think it's just glimmer ribbon. Oh, here it is what it's called. Let's see. Yep, the glitter organdy ribbon at the top to finish that off. I don't even think I would add a greeting. I think this would be just like a note card to send somebody a, you know, thinking of you kind of thing. But look how pretty that is with that pretty glimmer paper, shimmer paper, not glimmer paper, shimmer paper. So then the last thing I want to show you that I did with this, because I got this stamp set as a gift from Stampin' Up for going to one of their events, and I've been dying to use this stamp set. So what I did with this was I took another piece of that shimmer paper, if I can get it out. Couldn't even find the opening on this one. But I took another piece of that pink, because these dies, let me see, oh, here's my whole little pile of stuff I'm going to use for this card. We'll actually make a card this time, but this stamp set coordinates, or is a bundle with the amazing thanks dies. Now I love these dies and I haven't used them near as much as I should, but trust me, I think this is one that's going to be a part of my stamp room forever. So I already took, and I did the same thing as I did with that little the little flower die, and I put some adhesive backing, those adhesive sheets, on a piece of white paper, and I cut out that "You Are Amazing." And then real quick, I'm going to use my little mini boss, or my die cut machine. Oh, and here's my, I was like, where's my plates? But they're all here. And I know if you watch my videos, you heard me tell you that for the month of March, our little die cut machine is 50% off, so you don't want to pass that up. My second little, here it is. It's right here, okay. But I'm going to run some of that pink paper through with the bottom, or the thicker part of those little dies. That's the amazing, and this is the U and the R. Now, when I did my sample card, which I haven't even shown you, and I will in just a second, I didn't put the adhesive sheets onto the white, or the top coat of my words, and I want to see if it's easier to use those, and let you know if yes, you should use the adhesive sheets, or no, you shouldn't. So let's see what happens here. But now I have those little pink, I think these are called bubble letters. I don't even know, layering words, whatever they are, but I think these are great. I'm hoping that Stampin' Up comes up with more of these, because I would love to have them in every word you could possibly use. Okay, so now I have my little pieces and parts here. Let's look at some other pieces. I'm going to use just a basic white. This is thick. It's 5.5 by 8.5, and I scored it at 4 1/4 so I could get a nice white card base there. And then, oh, and hey, you know what else I wanted to show you? Because then I ran a piece of gray granite through my ornate floral embossing folder. It looks like this. And let's back up. Let me show you one more thing before. Because what I did when I first got the paper was I took my color coach like this, and I tried to figure out what color pink this is. So this color here is Melon Mumbo, and if you compare, it really doesn't look very Melon Mumbo. It almost looks, this is Flirty Flamingo, so it almost looks Flirty Flamingo, but I don't think that's true either. So let's go to some others. This one here is what is the, let's see if this is Petal Pink. No, this is Blushing Bride, and that's what I thought it looked like in the catalog, but it's not even close to Blushing Bride. So then let's go over here to the In Colors. And this one is the Magenta Madness. And no, I don't think that's the right color either. So really, I don't think it matches. This is Polished Pink, and maybe Polished Pink might be the closest. I think it might be a toss-up between the Polished Pink and, see, now it depends which shimmer you look at as to what color. But anyway, I wanted to let you know that I did try to compare it to other colors, but I think it's just pink. So there you go. That's just an extra little bit of information that I went and found when I first got it, because I was wanting to know what colors. Usually Stampin' Up's papers all matchy-matchy, but in this case, I don't think they do. Let me try to get these little words out. I'm going to try to get everything all set up, and then we'll just do a little bit of stamping, and then we'll slap our card together, which I realize I haven't even shown you the card we're making. I think it turned out really pretty. But of course, when you're using shimmer paper like this, it has to be pretty because it's got all kinds of shimmer and bling on it. Okay, we got those pieces. Let's go ahead and put these two together. Again, too, I won't be able to remember the measurements for my card, so if you ever need the measurements from my videos, you can go to my blog, becreativewithkathy.com, and all my measurements are there on my blog. And there's usually a link below the video. You can find it there too. But see, with that, when you take your adhesive sheet and take that back off, you kind of have something. You can still hold on to this, but yet you can put your and layer. Yeah, this is so much easier than even using the little liquid glue, because you can kind of hang on to it as you work with it and put it where you want to. So from now on, whenever I use these dies, you bet I'll be using the adhesive sheets on my letters, because looky there how easy that was to line that up. Let's see if it's the same thing on the U and the R. Getting the adhesive sheet off might be the hardest, or started might be the hardest part. Yeah, looky how pretty. And man, the glimmer paper behind that white is just wow. Okay, we'll see, maybe, yep, here we go. Okay, so there we go. So now we have our card here. Let's just do some quick stamping. Now, because I have a little piece of white, where did my little piece of white go? Here. Nope. Oh, here it is, right in front of me. I'm going to use my Stamparatus to try to line that up, because it's a red rubber stamp, right? And I'm going to stamp on a little piece of paper, so I think the Stamparatus is the way to go. So I'm going to take one of our Stamparatus grid papers and lay that down first. I'm going to use the magnet. So if you know, the Stamparatus comes with the plate, it comes with the foam piece in case you're using photopolymer. It doesn't, the grid papers are actually, got to get those on the side. It does come with 2 plates and then 2 little magnets. Now I use my magnet to hold down my grid paper, and then I like to use these sticky grid sheets. Now this is not a Stampin' Up product. I get these on Amazon, and I absolutely love them, but I'm going to use this grid paper here. What it is, it has 2 backup coatings, and I take those off. Well, maybe I do. This is harder than the adhesive sheets. Let's see if I lay it down here first, because if I lay it on my paper, oh yeah, nope. There we go. But now, there we go. That sticky grid paper is what's going to hold my paper onto my grid paper, like that. And then I'm going to stamp this a little bit like upside down, because I want to stamp the inside of my card too. So I'm going to put it like this right here, position it on my paper. Hopefully it doesn't stick to my hands. Like that. I think that looks pretty, maybe square on my paper. We're going to line that up. Now I'm going to use the Magenta Madness. And the only reason I chose Magenta Madness for this card with this design is because I have the Magenta Madness ribbon that matches. So I'm going to ink that butterfly. Well, and to be honest with you, I looked in my color coach again, and with the Magenta Madness, that's where I got the idea for the gray granite, because it's a coordinating color in my color coach. Look how pretty that is. Okay, but anyway, squirrel, like I was saying, I looked in my color coach to see what color went with Magenta Madness, and that's where I found the gray granite. So if you're a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, or if you have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, or come back in April, and I think that I'm going to be giving away, look, this needs to go over some more, some of those color coaches as a prize for shopping with me. But we'll see if I get some more of them made. Yeah, I think that looks good right there. Let's ink up my little butterfly. And you know what I just did? This is my sample card that I put in here to stamp on there. So this will just show you how to do it, and then I won't take the time to do it on my because look, I actually put my sample card in there to show you how to use the Stamparatus to get your card in there too, which took my grid paper right off. Let's put that back in here. In fact, I'm going to move it so I don't, no, I'm not going to worry about it. It's stuck. I can't get it off there again. But there you go. So this is what the inside of our card is going to look like when I finish this one later. But I'm going to take this, and I'm actually going to use glue dots, because I think on that shimmer paper, I think a glue dot is going to stick better than the tape runner. And I should have tested it out to see, but I'm just going to go with the glue dots. I think that's a little bit easier, and we're done. And put this on this piece, and like I said, I can't remember my measurements. You'll have to go to my blog, becreativewithkathy.com, and they'll be on there just as soon as I finish and post my video. But there you go with the little border. Then we're going to take this piece of gray granite and just tie a knot around there. Now I'm going to kind of be gentle, because when you dry emboss a piece of cardstock like that, it becomes very flexible, and I want it to lay flat. So there we go. Just a simple knot right here. Like that. That looks pretty good. Just trim our little edges. And now, before I adhere this, I want to move this around, because I want this. I'm going to move my ribbon into place, although it looks pretty good where it is now, but I think I want it a little bit to the right. Yep, I think that's about where I want it. So then I'm going to just take, and I'm going to use just my, usually, no, I'm going to use liquid glue. I'm going to use the green liquid glue to put that, make sure I put it over the ribbon to hold my ribbon where I want it. Lay that down. So far it's really pretty, huh? Now if I would have had my stamp on the right, it would have been pretty on the inside too. But now I can take this piece here, and just with a few dimensionals, and I'm only going to put the dimensionals on the top and the bottom, and that way it doesn't interfere with the ribbon that's going to go through it or under it. I think I'm going to trim my ribbon just a little bit here and quite a bit here. There. And now on these little pieces, I'm going to take some mini dimensionals. Let's see if I have some white ones here. I do have some white ones. And now that they have those big bubble behind them, or the outline behind them, the mini dimensionals fit on the back of our words really nicely. There might even be enough room on our words for the standard dimensionals. But I'm gonna go with the mini dimensionals. That looks pretty good. I'm gonna start by putting my Amazing down here at the bottom. Like that, and then take my little U. And put that right up here. And the R. Right under. And there you go. Look how pretty that card is there. So I thanks for watching. The whole point of the video was to show you that this glimmer paper here is not really blue. It's really white, and it's really, really pretty. It's great to work with. Look how fun all my projects were. And I've just begun. As you can see, I still have a full pack. I can't find my little bumblebee now to show. Oh, here he is, sitting right there. But look how fun all that stuff is, and that amazing, pretty, pretty glimmer paper. Shimmer paper. It's not glimmer paper. Like I said, it's in the mini catalog on page 67. You can also find it on my online store, and the link is below. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a great weekend, and I'll see you back here Monday afternoon. Bye-bye.